In this video, I'll walk you through my planning system. You'll see my personal planning spread, how I keep balance throughout the year, the app I use to organize all my plans and ideas, and at the end, I'll give you a real gift I created myself to help you stay motivated all year long. I'll share the most important step you need to achieve your goals, the step most people never do. And if you skip it, planning your year is basically a waste of time. Buy a car. Carpet. Earn $1 million. 1,000. Start a business. Don't poke your nose into someone's business. Buy a new phone. Buy a new phone case. Change job. Wallpaper. Easy. That was me 4 years ago. This year, using my planning system that I perfected over years, I managed to visit 3 continents while combining work and travel, launch my YouTube channel, move into my own home and renovate it myself, keep my Etsy shop running, while also enjoy my hobbies, sports, and make new friends in a new city, and get a cat. Start with choosing main areas of your life. Think of what really matters to you and why you want to spend your time and energy there. A great way to do this is with a wheel of life. A wheel has 8 sections, each one is a life area. If you're not sure what's important to you right away, try this warm-up exercise. Write down 30 wishes for the next 3-5 years without worrying if they are realistic. Just let your 2 desires come out. Now back to the wheel. Label all your areas and give each one a score from 1 to 10. It's totally fine if not everything is a 10. The only thing that is bad is a 0, but no worries, you'll fix this next year. Perfect! Now we can see where we need to improve and where we are already doing well. Your areas might look very different from mine, and that's completely normal. How honestly you define them will have a huge impact on your life satisfaction. This step is short but extremely important. Most common mistake people make is that they try to give 100% of their energy to each area of their life. But in fact, you, me, witches and wizards, we all get 24 hours per day, unless you have a time turner, but that's not common. Yet when people see all the areas of their life, they try to give 100% to everything, which adds up to 800, and that's impossible. The trick is to divide your energy. Decide what's most important to you right now and how much focus you're willing to give to it. Life is all connected, so make sure you take everything into account. Here's a quick example. If you plan to travel solo, you probably wouldn't have that much time for building close relationships. Or if you just had a baby, you probably can't focus fully on your career because you need time to recover, regain your strength, and give love to your baby. And that's completely fine. Think about what you might need to let go of. It's important to see that when you take on something new, you often leave something else behind. On the other side, don't completely abandon an area of your life you care about. You need to give it at least a few percent. When I was a student, a guy from my dorm, and he wasn't even my boyfriend, told me that reading fiction books is stupid and people should focus on professional books. And I believed him. I mean, he was really convincing, and I stopped reading for a while. Now I feel sad about that time. I didn't need to read much, just a few books would make my life richer. So here is my formula. Choose 3 main priorities. The big stones in your jar. Give them the largest chunk of your energy. Everything else, like sand, fills the space around them. This way you cover all the areas without overwhelming yourself. Less is more. Divide your energy wisely. Focus on your priorities, but make sure you leave room for small joys everywhere. It's time to write down your goals. Many people start like this. I want to buy a house. I want to buy a car.
And yes, those are very ambitious,
but also pretty abstract. You may have heard about the SMART system of planning. It means your goal has to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. It's a great system because it turns vague wishes into clear, actionable plans. The thing is, people use it a little bit too early. They write down something that seems smart, but doesn't actually excite them. For example, I want to learn 10 French words every day for 3 months. Baguette, magie, chaudron, tétraqueur, sortilège. Sounds very specific and precise, but not really motivating. Instead, they would need to connect it to something they really care about. Why do they want to learn French? Maybe they dream of traveling to Paris, seeing the Eiffel Tower, meeting a friend or falling in love, moving there for a project, or enjoying Christmas in the city. Connecting the goal to a bigger emotional reason is what makes it motivating. And that's why I don't start with smart planning right away. First, I work with my emotions. I write down goals that excite me, feel them, imagine them, and make a vision board.
All of this activates your brain's reticular system. The reticular system is a part of your brain that acts like a filter. It decides what's important and what's not. And it helps you notice more of the things that matter to you. For example, maybe you like a trendy winter coat. Suddenly you start noticing it everywhere. On people walking down the street, in shop windows, on Instagram, and even in movies. You didn't notice it before, but now your brain keeps spotting it. That's your reticular system at work. It helps you focus, notice opportunities, and get motivated. That's why when something excites you, a goal you really care about, your brain lights up and you naturally start seeing opportunities everywhere. It gives you energy, dopamine, and motivation to act. This is a perfect moment to open your journal or your planning app. I use Notion and write down all real-life areas and write down all exciting goals with reasons for each area. Just a little tip. Keep your goals about 85% realistic, challenging enough to push you, but not so hard that you want to give up.
We've set our big goals. This is our Hogwarts, a place we all want to get to. And now it's time to take action. Think of all those small steps as a Hogwarts Express that will carry you to your Hogwarts, to your big emotional goals. And to make it practical, we'll use the SMART system to plan each step. Finally. Say my big dream is I want to cook like Molly Weasley. We turn it into a SMART goal. Bake 4 desserts every month for a year. This already sounds like a solid goal. Very specific, and that's all we need to make it work. But I developed this SMART system even more because sometimes even with a SMART goal, we can run into small obstacles. What if you don't know which recipes to bake? What if you don't have the tools, ingredients, or apron? What if the oven doesn't work? What if I don't know what day I'll cook? So I imagine myself as a CEO giving directions to my workers, or if it's a Christmas time, as Santa giving directions to my elves.
Before moving to a SMART goal, like baking 4 desserts every month, you have to make sure you can actually do it right away. Stand in your kitchen and check, do you have everything? Any obstacles? Nothing to stop you. Everything needs to be decided, prepared, and ready. That's why we give ourselves CEO-style directions. Very precise, small, and actionable, like giving tasks to your little team of elves. Buy the ingredients. Bake the first dessert tonight. So eventually I have my big emotional goal, SMART goal, and also all little tasks for removing friction or break down your SMART goal even further. I write all of them in Notion and eventually I have a huge tree of tasks for the year. However, I recommend writing the detailed tasks only for the first 3 months. Planning every small step for a whole year is often a waste of effort because we change as people, our priorities and circumstances shift. For the full year, write only big goals and SMART goals, not the tiny steps, unless you have a predictable path like a long-term project.
Ta-da! I'm so proud. All right, let's talk about fifth step, the final step. Let's call it cream cheese. Without that step, you can throw away your yearly plan. For me, the key is monthly planning.
I plan my entire year in December, and I also plan my first months. Yes, it's a bit more work, but it's the only way to make it happen. So how do I transfer tasks to my planner? I start by copying the exact spheres from our wheel of life and transferring tasks from my annual plan to my monthly plan. I look at my year plan and think of what I can actually do already in January. For example, I wanted to renovate my living room this year, which means in January I will find references on Pinterest, paint bookshelves, and buy curtains. Using same principle, I plan my family section and admin section. If you planned reading 24 books, for example, per year, plan 2 books for this month. If your goal is gym twice a week, track 8 sessions for the months. And then I fill out my work section. Work is a big part of my life, so I give it more detail. You have the absolute freedom, but I want to share how I do it for the reference, so you can borrow it if you want or get inspired. I start by writing down my big goals for the month based on my SMART goals for the year. And then I add smaller tasks like updating the wallpaper on my shop or buying paper for my stickers. I like separating big goals from small goals so the spread doesn't look visually overwhelming. I also include a development area. This could be anything from improving my hairstyle to fixing my mic. And recently I also started tracking the progress of my big tasks on the side, breaking them into small steps needed to achieve them, our directions to else. And it's very satisfying to see the progress. On the other page I have my hobbies, hooky ideas, and health habit and daily trackers. I adjust everything each month depending on what I want to monitor. I love how structured and clear it looks when I write everything down. I even noticed that I put in areas where I give my energy on the left side, energy given areas on the right. Writing monthly goals is the key because I don't feel overwhelmed by the huge yearly plan. I can take action immediately, which means no procrastination. I feel satisfaction from achieving goals already in January, and I also enjoy seeing the months visually, which helps my anxiety-driven nature. As you may have noticed, I don't use Notion for my monthly planner. You can, but for me, digital planning often leads to over-editing or constantly changing my mind. By the end of the month, it looks very different from what I intended. A month is a short enough period to predict what I can realistically do. That's why my monthly plan is non-negotiable. I don't allow myself to rewrite it. If I plan poorly, that's okay. I simply live through the months and suffer and learn during the end of month analysis. I'm very visual and tactile. I love stickers, gluing things, decorating, and all those beautiful fonts. And if you want to make your planner look beautiful, I have a sticker shop called Ozorowicz on Etsy with around 20 designs of stickers, and more French ones are coming. What I do to finalize everything, the cherry on top of my cake, is my year tracker. When you plan a year, you'll notice something important. Many goals are based on quantity. Not everything, but a lot of things require doing something a certain number of times throughout the year. Videos to make, study sessions, habits.
So I take all those quantity-based goals, put them on one sheet of paper and call them challenges.
Every time I complete one, I color it in. It turns my year into a game with levels. Each completed circle feels like gaining experience points. And even if you don't finish everything, you don't see empty spaces, you see progress. Games work because they reward small achievements, so I borrowed that logic for real life.
And I decided to share my printable template with you. Of course, skeptics will say that it's not about quantity, it's about quality, and I'll be brave enough to not agree. There was a famous photography experiment. One group of students was graded on quantity. They had to take as many pictures as possible. The other group was graded on quality. They had to produce one perfect photo. And eventually the quantity group produced far better work, because constant practice, experimentation with lighting and composition, and learning from mistakes build the skill, and the quality group got stuck in theory and perfectionism. What I'm saying is that quantity often becomes the path to quality. You'll find all those printables I used in the video and also year tracker in the description below. There will be a PDF you can print, and this step is definitely not necessary, but I think it makes the year more intentional and enjoyable. I'm recording this cutting cake scene on actual Christmas, and I said no one eats the cake, I have to record it. I wish you a happy new year. Appreciate all the moments, even those unexpected turns of events, because very often they lead us to better life circumstances. And remember that all the small steps taken every day can change your life far more than just one heroic sprint on December 31st. If you watched this video till this moment, I have a huge special thank you for your likes, comments, views. Thanks to you, I have the opportunity to become better as a person and as a content creator. Thank you, and I love you. See you next year.